friends, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing my latest read that I've just finished up called The Sword of Kaigen by M.L.Wang. Wang. I want to say Wang. So this, first off, I believe was originally published herself. Like, she individually indie published this because on the side here it has her, I'm going to assume like brand, or yeah, probably brand, if you can see right there. So it doesn't have like a traditional publisher's stamp on it. And like, oh my gosh, this was flawlessly good. It had action scenes that were absolutely phenomenal, very depictive. M.L.Wang definitely like knew what she was writing about. So whether she knew that independently or she knew that because of the research that she did, like, flawless. And then the setting was super good too. Now granted, most of this book took place on the peninsula where the two main characters live, but it did have a couple flashback scenes to where Saki went to school in her younger years. So basically this is about a mother and a son, and the son, who has grew up on this island or this peninsula all of his life, he's 14 years old. He only knows what he has been taught. So then a foreign boy comes, and his dad works for some communication company, and they travel all over to install these communication towers. So this foreign boy and Mamoru begin to talk. Well, then the foreign boy, he is saying all kinds of things, and Mamoru is just like, no, you're lying. That's not true. Well, then he comes to find that not everything that he's been taught is correct. So he starts asking questions, and his mother, Misaki, she got to go away, got to leave her little island that she grew up on. And so she got to go into the world and see all of these different people, these different living circumstances, see what the government actually does for its citizens, which is not a lot. And she befriends different people with different powers. And then, you know, all of a sudden afterwards, she decides to honor her father and go into this arranged marriage, when really all she wanted to do was go back with her friends to where her school was at and help fight. But she knew that it would be hard, that would be a hard decision for her, and she would be on her own, and she didn't want to dishonor her father. So for the last 15 years, she's been married to the second born son of the Matsuda family, which is one of the strongest families on Kaigen. And so for 15 years, I mean, both of them they barely speak, they barely have a relationship at all, but she's trying to be a good housewife, trying to live up to what she is supposed to be. But then circumstances happen and she has to rely on what she has learned in the past. So basically that is the gist of the story without giving too much away. This like phenomenal plot, phenomenal execution. I know this is a standalone, but there's just questions that at the end I wanted to like understand and know, because there's still like things outstanding. So I'm not sure if M.L.Wang is ever going to write like maybe another standalone that's in this world that then helps answer some of those questions. Because to be quite honest, I don't think she'll follow Misaki and the Matsuda family. I think there is another character in this that if she decides to write another novel in this world that she would follow, which I think would be awesome, because this person I'm intrigued by, and intrigued to learn kind of like a story that is brought up but not fully explained. So I'd be very interested in reading more from this world, but I'm not sure what she's going to do. We can only cross our fingers. But the writing style was absolutely phenomenal. The character dynamics and the character development and was just perfect. Was there a few like edits that were missed? I think like grammatical, just a few, and it wasn't like anything majorly bad either. It was just maybe like in between this word it's missing a article or it's missing a preposition, but like I'm not fully, I'm not trained in all of that, just basic schooling trained. But like when you read, it's like, oh, that should be there kind of thing. But I mean, they were few and far between. So nothing really to be said about major grammatical errors. I think this was edited very, very well in the way of it not being super long, but also not super short where she's rushing everything. So I really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 5 stars. There's another book of hers coming out, I think sometime in October. It got picked up to be traditionally published. So because I was going to try to find her indie published work, but you can't buy it anymore because she took it off the market since it is being traditionally published. So I have that coming, but I already have heard great reviews on it from people who have read the indie published version. So hopefully the traditionally published editors didn't like cut anything out or anything like that. Granted, I wouldn't know, but I'm super excited to get that in October. But yeah, if you haven't picked this up yet, this was just perfect. It literally gets you in every feel. Like you get angry, you get sad, you get happy, like everything. And to be honest, my favorite character was Misaki. She was just awesome. I loved seeing young Misaki. I loved seeing present day Misaki. And just to see kind of how her priorities have changed, but yet haven't changed at the same time. More along the lines of they've just evolved into being the same thing, but in a different way, basically. And it was great. I absolutely enjoyed this book. If you haven't picked it up yet, please pick it up. It is 5 out of 5 stars. I will read more from M.L.Wang or Wang. I apologize if I'm getting the last name wrong, but yeah, I will read more by this author. So there you have it. There's my review of The Sword of Kaigen by M.L.Wang. Let me know if you've read it and what you thought about it in the comments. I would absolutely love to know. So please don't forget, like, subscribe, and be good people.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost,